Close this, go live. All right, that's live, I think.
I think it's gone live.
Yeah, and once again, the Daily Insanity crew representing.
Nice.
Let's go live. Did I see myself on your screen? Or is that me? Live.
Nope, that's me. There it is. I fixed it.
Usually it's me.
No, this time it was me.
Usually it's me.
Well, that's because you're doing multiple devices.
True. And now, what if I said multiple devices? Is that German? Am I speaking German when I do that?
If you say it really fast.
Devices.
But you got to put more in it.
Devices. Or is that Polish?
No, yeah, you're going more Slavic there.
Slavic. I think I'd make a good Slavic.
What's your heritage? Do you know?
Nope.
You mean you haven't done a 23andMe and given your DNA away to a company that'll just throw it into a garbage can that gets picked up by certain people interested in your DNA when they're done with it? Oh,
nope. Haven't done that yet. Give me time. We all make stupid choices. Hey, there's the guy. What's up?
Good. I got water and then I added a little packet of something to it that somebody gave me, and I'm not entirely certain what it was, but it's interesting. So I'll think that.
I got a lot of windows up.
I got this as well. I love this glass. I don't think I've ever actually used these glasses. I think this is actually the first time I've used the glass. It was given. So Jen's father is a very, very interesting individual, and he got given this, like a set of 4 glasses, and it's actually they're carved, and this one's got the elephant. They got like 4 different African animals on it. And I mean, they're heavy as all hell, and I love the bottom part, just like that bubble in the bottom. So I've got a very, very nice bottle of something that's sat in a cask for an extended period of time. And it's not the right glass because it's way too open, but I really don't give a shit.
Been inside too much. We were talking about this, Ryan.
I'm telling you, it's a thing. It's real. The time has come.
Oh my God. I actually went out and saw, because my rugrat gave me a call a little bit earlier this afternoon and said, can I come over for the dinner? And I'm like, everything okay? She's like, yeah. I'm like, you haven't got any money. I'm like, you don't have any money, do you, to actually go out and buy dinner for yourself? She's like, well, actually, it's not that, but she's got state championships this weekend, and apparently she needed to go make something for the entire team and all that kind of good craziness. So it's helping her figure that all out. But I looked out. It was about 4:30, and I looked out, and it was gorgeous weather out. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm taking an hour off. I'm finishing work at 5, and I jumped in the Mustang and I blatted down the road in the Boss. I was a happy bunny. I just went down and met her up for a cup of liquid, and yeah, it was good to actually get out of the house and just put I had to put the Mustang on charger because I ran out of no freaking battery because I haven't driven it for so long because of the weather. But it was so nice to fire that beast up, piss off the neighbors, and just get out of here and lay 11s as I was pulling away.
It's cool.
I love that thing. Such a fun vehicle. All right, so
I'm gonna get some riding in this weekend. It's supposed to be like 75 on Saturday.
Is it?
nice.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I've so got to figure out how to negotiate some kind of 2-wheeled motorized vehicle for my
Add a third wheel that's removable.
sidecar. I really want a sidecar. I would love to go back to like an old Norton Black. We talked about this, the Norton Black Shadow, or even a Triumph, like one of the speed triples, or that crazy R2 thing, and just chuck a sidecar on the side of it with my goggles and my helmet and Milo in the seat. And when he's not in there, you can jump in the seat and fuck it. Well, actually, we could have so much fun with that.
Oh yeah.
I'm
putting LEDs on my bike this weekend.
Hmm?
I'm gonna put some LEDs on my bike this weekend, some ground effect kind of things.
you're going to go
Nice.
rooster cruising. You've got new pipes. You got new pipes and LEDs. You're going to start. It's rooster cruising.
Yep. And I want to get a bike table. You know, so the bike is up like this high when I'm working on it, as opposed to like way the hell down here.
Oh yeah. Oh, fucking
Harbor
nice.
Freight's got one for $469.
And it'll take all the weight and everything, and you can like put it in the chassis frame and lift it all up properly.
Yeah, it says up to 1,000 pounds. My bike wet weight is maybe 920 something, 925 maybe.
Yeah, you should be all right.
Well, once you get it lifted up, you know, it's got the lock in it, so it's braced up. You know,
Yeah,
so
'cause blessing
my
you.
biggest concern is that, you know, you have like a leak. It's, you know,
Yeah. At least
That's-
if it comes down in a civilized manner, you're okay. I mean, you're never going to be under it because it's a solid device, but at least that way, yeah, those things are really nice. I've seen a couple of those. I've seen them used for like just various other things where you can adjust the height depending upon what you're doing. Ooh, speaking of tools and tech and shit, I bit the bullet, bought a 3D printer.
Nice.
oh yeah, that's right. I saw that.
Yeah, it's still in the box. So I bought it, but it's still in the box.
Are you going to
That's
use carbon? Are you going to do carbon printing, or are you going to do the?
I'm going to start off. So we actually ended up buying two different ones. We got the one I have is a pretty nice regular one, but it's an open table. It's a full frame and big open table, can print big ass stupid shit. And I got one for Jesse, and it's the liquid one. So it's almost the reverse of mine. It moves up and like liquid imprints. Oh, we're going to call the stupid things. It does all that. So it's actually because, quite honestly, we're going to do some testing for a variety of things to do with the Hillbilly Hit Squad and things that we can make and things that we can do, you know, a wrong variety of different things. And along it, we're probably going to do more prototyping on mine and then do more semi-quasi-finished work on his. And if we get into doing more of this, we actually might end up getting one of the metal printers and do some metal printing for final things for vehicles and other things. But yeah, on the one I got, I can do carbon Kevlar weaves and various other things. So I did a little bit of research, and Swede, who's one of our crew, he's one of the co-owners actually. Swede he's done a bunch of work on this. So we'll get this one set up, we'll get it stabilized, get the temperature and all that kind of good stuff, and then maybe start messing around with some of the more exotic and more temperamental materials.
I like it.
Nice.
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 I wanted to do it because I'm like, okay, it's something I've been kicking around the idea for a while. It's something I'd love to have done, but it's just I haven't had the time. And they've also been fucking expensive as well. But I was down at Micro Center, we were getting a bunch of other things for another project, and they were there, and they were like sensible prices, like not stupid prices. And this one, like the head moves in the X-Y axis, sorry, not X and Z, but the actual table moves. So it keeps a much more stable plant, and it goes, and there's some actually pretty cool stuff, and I'm actually pretty pleased with it.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
What else is new? What's going on?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I better get onto YouTube, hadn't I?
They got the boat undone. Good job, Ryan. I heard you finally got them on their way.
Did the who to the where?
The boat, wasn't that you?
The boat? Yeah. Well, you saw. I mean, I memed it out.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Yep.
That man was perfect.
All we had to do was call Superman.
I heard the boat was carrying kryptonite.
Oh, fuck that.
I'm gonna pop chat out. People are talking about. Hang on, pop out chat. There we go.
So and speak of jokes on you, right?
Jared just put a 1990 F-250 out to pasture last year. That shit was just getting broken in. What the
I
hell?
was just gonna say, why the hell would you do that with 180,000 miles? Get it fucking. No, it's a 2005 GT. Converted.
Later on, Jared put a 1990 F-250 out to pasture.
Oh yeah, what the hell? Get that fucking thing back in again.
Bring it over to my house. or actually, Chris is closer.
Get that down to Jesse's. You kidding me? We'll have some fun with that. Totally.
No,
Actually, Tim needs a truck because Tim keeps breaking all of this technology apparently. 2016 Mustang's about to hit 43,000 miles. I feel really bad because this is a 2012. It's a 2012 Boss, and it's now got. I've doubled the mileage in the time I've had it. When I bought it, it had 4,500 miles on it. It's now got, I think, 8,500 miles on it.
Them baby miles.
Yeah, it was stupid. I mean, it was a garage queen. Poor little beastie. I think it's happier that it's actually getting to have some fun, and it gets to lay 11s and gets driven. And I mean, we have fun with it. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, Tony.
I'm talking to Tony tomorrow too.
Are you?
Yeah,
You guys-
I got a fun day tomorrow. Today was a fun day too. I had a lot of good calls.
Good.
I didn't really talk to anybody today. I was busy doing other shit, which was good. I like those days. I like those days where you can just like focus, try to get something done.
Need one of those. Yesterday was just window looking stupid. 8 o'clock in the morning UK time, so midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning my time, a meeting with the UK team. Then a meeting with the Israeli team. Got finished about 4 o'clock, then up again for a freaking. I did 2 webinars back to back in the morning. The Wiser one, which you bailed me out for, thank you.
It was fun.
Thank you. Like seriously, I owe you. And then the next one was the Cynet one. I was talking on this one and setting this computer up over here to get that one running, and then realized I had like fucking software on it, and I did it. So that, and then another one in the after. Yeah, it was stupid. Yesterday was just stupid.
3 million miles on a 96 Ford truck, still going strong. That's because it's a Ford.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, in all fairness, my father has a 96 Ford, and while the motor is going strong, living here in Minnesota, the rest of it's not holding up so hot.
Yeah. That's because he doesn't. I mean, yeah, don't live in Minnesota. I mean,
Open the tailgate, the side like falls out. It just swings out. You need the tailgate to kind of hold the quarter panel on.
Yeah, don't live in Minnesota. I mean, it's as simple as that. I mean, come on, come down to our neck of the woods or go further south.
Trust me, after coming back from being down south last week, I'm seriously debating it. I'm like, I don't know if I like Minnesota anymore.
Here's the one. Having moved out from Ohio, which has the harsh winters because we get more ice than we get snow, has the mosquitoes that try to carry off small children and other things. The one thing I miss is the greenery, the variety of greenery. So, I mean, we have a couple of different flavors of trees, but that's really about it in all honesty. And stuff goes green for a couple of months and it just goes brown and it stays brown. And I miss that. That's really what I miss.
Yeah.
I don't miss
my wife is going to force me to move south sooner.
Where are you going to go? Whereabouts?
Well, we're going to be in Puerto Vallarta in April, looking at 3 houses. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I just go along with the flow. All I need is a toilet, bacon, and a Harley. I mean, I don't need anything else.
Good internet's useful. It is useful to have good internet sometimes.
I'm planning on disconnecting, man. The sooner I can get away from tech, the better.
Do you think you'll miss some of it?
Oh yeah.
For how long though? Do you think? I mean, will you miss it, or will you be like, okay, I miss it, but I can do without it, or will you be like, okay, I can now do with it on my terms?
Bingo. That's exactly it. Yep. Well, that's what we were going to call it, retirement, but now we're calling it sidelining because I will still work.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just be on my own schedule. I mean, when you know what it's like, man. I mean, you don't control your schedule. I'm all over the place all the time. I don't get to choose when I wake up. I don't get to choose when I go to bed. I don't get to choose anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited just to kind of like, today I feel like going scuba diving. So that's what I'm going to do. If I sit down in front of a computer, I'm sitting down in front of a computer. If I'm not, I'm not. Yeah.
No, that's yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I was talking with a good friend last Friday night, He's over in Turkey. Gökhan is just one of those just amazing individuals. He last year, they ended up selling both the companies. He ran like a VAR type organization, then actually a really cool one, like an MSSP type, but just a totally awesome one. Got rid of both of those. One went to like not Micro Center, Micro Focus, Micro something or other, whatever the hell they're called, not Microsoft. And the other one sold into a bunch of their partners. And so he's been like taking that step back. And now what he's doing is he's investing his time in other companies. So he's going in doing basically saying, look, I'll give you, a day a month or a day a week or something like that. But it's on my terms and I'll help you. I'll do what I want to do. And, I'll get some equity in it and we'll see where it goes. And so I was on a meeting with him Monday night and Tuesday night, vetting out 2 of the companies with him, and just totally cool. He's so much more, you can see in it in who he is and how he is, that he's not balled up like this all the time. There's so much more like just that whole, the shoulders are down, it's relaxed, his face looks happier. It's really, I'm so pleased for him.
Yeah. Well, and I'll have a place for you guys, man. I mean, we're looking for a place that's big enough to host people. So, one of the places we're looking at is, it's almost embarrassing to say, but it's 9,000 square feet and, plenty of space. I think 8 bedrooms, 8 baths, all with their own ensuite. So I can have a whole bunch of people come down and stay with me anytime. And, you can have your privacy if you want. If you want to hang out, we can hang out, but come chill.
Don't ever be embarrassed. You've worked your nuts off for this stuff. You bloody earned it. You bloody well deserve it. You bloody well take it. You get the nicest room, the one that overlooks the damn water. You get to throw rocks at the neighborhood. You get to do what you want. You've earned it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Totally.
I think no matter how much you hear that, though, I don't think you feel it. You know what I mean? I just don't feel it.
Totally.
Yeah. So, but will you ever be able to come down to Mexico again?
Potentially, yeah. We're actually doing some work down there at the moment. I still can't go, but potentially, because of the stuff I'm doing with our foreign friends, my stuff I'm doing in this country for the various people is now being questioned because of obviously what I'm doing abroad and all that kind of good stuff. So I might be let off the hook eventually, and then it's a matter of just seeing what the risks are, seeing how I get in and how I get out effectively and carefully and all those good things. So yeah, should be able to at some point. Maybe, we'll see.
It'd be fun as hell to hang out. Yeah, I'll send you pictures of the place that we're really thinking about.
Yeah, one of those little islands you were talking about that's off the coast, that's a lot less hassle for me. I can actually probably come down there by boat, to be perfectly honest. Or submarine. I know a few people that were using those little subs to run stuff. I can get a return journey. I got that covered.
Well, shit, you could do that too. This is on the Pacific coast.
Yeah, fly down to Florida, say hi to Tim, then jump on the boat as it's making its return journey.
There you go. There you
go.
And Ryan, you already got a place, man. I'll make your own room. It's like Ryan's room when he comes.
Oh, you're too kind.
That's how we roll, brother.
As long as it's the outhouse.
Outhouse.
Yeah.
That's the tree. Isn't it?
Oh, treehouse.
Oh, there you go. I like tree houses. I'm a simple guy, man. Seriously. Pop a tent on the beach, call it good.
I am too.
Not the beach. Not the get the hell off the sandy. No.
I like the beach.
Oh, you guys are killing me. I tell you, I'm a concrete strip for me, like right down the middle of the beach with the little edges that the damn sand can't blow over.
Yeah, but you said ear to the snake too. So it's no sand, no snakes.
No snakes. Yeah, I know. I'm not really suited to Mexico, let's be perfectly honest.
Well, Chris, you would love Puerto Vallarta because Puerto Vallarta is surrounded by mountains. So you got the mountains, you've got a bunch of culture shit, and then you got the beach too. And it's in a bay called I think Bay of Banderas or Banderas Bay. So the water's pretty calm right there. You'd like it.
That'd be nice. That'd be kind of fun. It's Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what
You'd have
happens.
to, you'd have to drink tequila.
I got no problem with that. I was actually debating whether to grab a tequila this evening. There's some amazing tequilas and mezcals that do not make it up to this neck of the woods, and especially like those local, the village regional ones. There's some freaking awesome stuff. And again, it's, drop it in a barrel, forget about it for 5 years and enjoy it. Or from the mezcal stuff, the different variances of what they're cooking over those plants to make the infusions. I have a shit ton of respect for like good mezcals and good tequilas, because it's that same love that's infused in them that they infuse in whiskey and all the other stuff. So yeah, I'm no issues on that.
Yeah, tequila was my drink of choice when I was still drinking.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've got.
I've drank bars out of tequila, because if I didn't drink it all, I was buying for other people.
Now, what about mezcals? How are you with the mezcals? The really smokier. So you've got some of them are a little like charred, plasticky stuff, but some of them are just amazing smokes.
No, more of just tequila. Don Julio. I drink a lot of that over the years.
The clearer the tequila, the better.
Oh, you serious?
Mhm.
Oh, come on. The age, the añejos, the extra añejos. Just come on.
Yep. Got to be able to see through it.
No.
Got to make sure one of those fucking ones isn't in there.
No, because I'll tell you why, Chris. That when I drink aged tequila, I have a sudden urge to want to fight. Clear tequila, not so much.
All right. So what you're telling me is we need the padded room. You get the padded room with the boxing gloves and the jacket, so you can do that. So we just get you drunk and we put you in the padded room. That's fine. We got you covered. We got this sorted out.
I wish we would have known each other back in the day, Ryan, back when I was still drinking. Because I would have loved to just see you get all wound up and just see
No, it's not good.
the little Tasmanian devil just running around the bar. And then the guy, my buddy standing next to me, you gonna go get him? Yeah, fuck, I'll go get him.
We need to do that. Because Jesse and Swede, Jesse's drink of choice is bourbon and not the good stuff, unfortunately. And Swede is alcohol, and Swede is part Native American, and you get hit. He's same thing, running around chasing people, probably without so many clothes on, and doesn't give a shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking love him.
There's you learn. I learned my limits early on in life.
Yeah, I did not. It took me a while, but I learned it finally.
Nice. I think I learned mine. I was fortunate. I learned mine early military days, and it was cider. So in the UK it's just called cider. You call it hard cider and all the other stuff. For me, it was cider. And I remember coming back from maneuvers, and we stopped off at the pub, and we had more than a few. And I remember climbing over the police car, taking the lights off the top of the police car and legging it down the road. And we had road signs, we had signs from the shops, we had police car signs. Oh, it was good. We got such a fucking bollocking. And I was so sick. And that was literally probably the last time. And we mixed as well, because we were doing hard cider. And then we had something else, and we went back to hard cider. And I vowed literally, I will not ever do that again. And I haven't.
I had a little bit too much rum and decided to crab walk through my front yard while puking.
Oh no!
It was so bad. My wife's like, she's walking out of me like, forget this guy. I'm crab walking through the yard.
Rum was what the shit that made me. Every time I drank rum, I got mad. I got angry. The last time I drank, it was actually the last time I drank was rum. And I had, we'll put it this way, I had court dates in 3 different counties. Yeah, one county because I took my Jeep and tore up a walking path, Goodhue County, just in here, here in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Tore up their path, and I actually got my Jeep stuck on one of those bollards. I was like, when you're drunk, I'm like, fuck this
Yeah.
thing ain't stopping me. So somehow I got over it, but I also broke an axle, but I kept going.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And then I got pulled over for DWI, I think in Scott County. And yeah, I thought I was tougher than the cop. That didn't work well.
Mm-mm.
And then I actually violated probation in another county. So 3 counties.
Ouch. Yeah, at that point you realize it's either going to kill you or you have got to deal with it.
Well, and that was it. And thank God for my wife, because when she bailed me out of jail, she said, that's it. You're never doing that again.
Right.
And that was it. And the cool thing about, and this was 20 years ago, I learned the biggest wisdom I got in all of that was from an old guy who'd, been sober for like 40 years. He said, Evan, you only got to change one thing. And I'm like, what's that? Cause I'm like excited. One thing? Fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And he said, everything.
Yeah.
Oh man, are you shitting me? Like everything, like my friends? Yep.
Yep.
Gotta get rid of all your friends. So every single friend I had from back then is no longer a friend of mine.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I remember telling one of my friends, probably my biggest buddy at the time, we rode hard for, did a lot of stupid stuff, but his name was Doug. And I'm like, so I called him up. I'm like, dude, I'm done. I quit drinking. He's like, give it 30 days. You'll be back. And that's when it sunk in up here. Like, you don't love me, bro.
Yeah.
If you love me, you'd want what's best for me. You wouldn't want me to keep doing this crazy ass shit I'm doing. And through all of that, I kept jobs. Just like never had any problems with any of that. It was just when I drank, it was all or nothing. It's crazy.
I wonder, because I remember a couple of times I worked for an organization. They were a UK company, but they were based over here as well. And they had an operations plant up in Wisconsin. And I ended up going to court for 2 of the folks that worked for me. And I ended up having to say to them, I went into the court and said, yes, they need to drive between this time and this time. And I remember I read them the fucking riot act because I'm like, I wouldn't do this. And I mean, God, it wasn't pretty, but it felt like it was the norm. Back to your thing, you're in the middle of bug fuck nowhere. It's like, what else are you going to do? Let's go and have a drink. What else are you going to do? Let's go have a drink. What else are you going to do? We're going to have another drink. And it really felt like it was just part of the culture. It was just normal fitting in. That's the thing you do. And it was just the thing to do. Go and have a couple of drinks, drive back and whatever. And it was, I mean, to their credit, they cleaned up pretty quickly as well. It's that same thing. Because like, I'm not taking any jobs away. I'm not threatening you, but I'm going into court on your behalf to say that you will actually respect their requirements. God help us if you don't. I will fucking chase you down and I'll kneecap you. And we had a long conversation about stuff. And I mean, the 2 of them are kicking ass as far as I'm aware. I kind of lost touch with one of them, but the other one's just kicking ass, which is really good to see. But
well, the things that yeah, sorry, man.
No, you're good. It just seemed to be that was the area. I mean, it was a smaller town. There wasn't much to do there. It's kind of like in England. It's the same thing in England. You got like a fucking hamlet of 100 people and there's 6 bars. Get off the fields, go to the bar. Done.
Yeah. Well, and I think, I always think of like all these things, these scars over the years, right? I mean, you look back over your time on this planet and you got shit that's happened to you. Some of that shit you caused yourself, some of that shit you didn't cause,
Yeah.
And the more I share shit that's happened in my life, the more people come up to me like, hey man, I had that same problem. Can you help me? It's turned out that, all these scars in life end up being, things that you can use to help other people. I was molested as a child, by my uncle for years. And it wasn't until I shared that, then people would come out of the woodwork, bro, I've never told anybody this, but I struggle with that same damn thing. It's like, all right, I mean, and, between that and the alcoholism and, cancer, all the fucking shit over the years, it's been, it sucks when you're going through that stuff, but then there's also this thing called redemption, right? I mean, the person that I was, there's a saying that I think is totally false. It's once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. That's bullshit because I'm not the same person I was back then. I don't do the same shit. And I'm not an alcoholic anymore. I don't play that game. I'm different. So there's redemption too. And that I think gives you the ability to extend grace to other people that maybe have shady backgrounds, maybe that have done shit that they regret in the past, that, maybe you have changed. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to extend some love, and then you find these gems, throughout I don't know, man, it's good. It's good shit.
Here's a question for you. I don't know if it's ever run through your head. If you decided to go drink again, would you drink in moderation? Would you drink to enjoy it in a social setting, or do you think you would go back down that path again?
I can't drink social.
Got it.
I was about to say, have you seen Evan eat bacon? Give Evan smoked meat. The way he handles smoked meat is the way he handle alcohol.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, there's no. And that was why I was able to hold jobs, right? I could go extended periods of time without drinking. It was when I drank. I would continue to drink. I was always the last person to leave a party. Everybody else be passed out, or I'd still be looking for more booze. Like that was a lot of the time the reason why I would drive. I'm like, we're out of booze. I'm still awake.
Right, go get some more. Yeah.
I can't hardly walk and I can't hardly talk, but I'm still awake. Where's the booze?
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, it's not good.
I had a good talk with Jen in the office today. I don't remember how we got onto the subject, but we're talking about gaming, and that's how I got into this industry, because I hated losing at games, and we talked about that. And in today's world, I can't game. So the only things I have on my computer is I've got chess, Othello, and I've got Risk. The game of Risk that I have is a local copy. It's not even like, I don't even go on the damn internet to go do challenges or anything, because I can't game. Because I know if I do, and it's the challenge, I'm going to be the one that's buying those chests of fucking diamonds at $100 a time. And I'm going to buy them every day, if not more. And I'm going to be playing because I don't like losing. I don't like not being competitive. I like being at the top. I like winning, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I know this, and I've tested myself a couple of times over the years. I did it for a while ago on like the Clash of Clans and some of those other ones. And I suddenly found myself, I remember looking at the bank account going, the fuck has gone on? And I realized $25, $29, then it was $49, and then it was the hundreds. And I'm in one of the top clans and all that stupid shit. But I'm like, one, why? And two, what am I doing? And I literally, the game gets deleted, and I won't go back there now because I know what's going to happen. Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, and that's an addictive personality, right? I mean, a lot of times addicts take their addiction from one thing and they just move it to another thing, right? So when I quit drinking, then I was gaming. I mean, I don't know how many games of Call of Duty I played. I mean, I would play Call of Duty from the time I got home from work until 3:30 in the morning, completely neglect my wife, my kids, get up the next day and do the whole damn thing over again. And it took a number of years before you're like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm not improving anybody's life. I'm not making any more money. I'm not doing anything. But hey, I got, the gold AK-47 unlocked.
Right. And God knows what that cost you in time. I actually did I remember sitting down. It wasn't just the money. I actually did that. I think on one of the games, somehow or other, I managed to figure out, I actually worked out how much time I'd spent on the game. I was kind of disgusted. I actually sat down and realized, and I'd only played it for maybe 6 months or 7 months, and normal state of affairs. I'd gone from, the little peon rookie, and I was in, I think, like the 4th or 5th team globally and shit like that. And I actually worked out how much time I'd spent on that game and how many, it was like 1,000 hours or something. I'm like, the fuck else could I have done with that time that would have been useful in the world, useful to myself, useful to others? And what am I? Same thing. I spent 1,000 hours, and I'm in team number X, and 99% of the people around me were like, "Fuck is that?"
Yeah, who the fuck cares, right? And when I finally quit playing, I seriously had to sit my wife down and beg her forgiveness. She extended me so much grace that she even stayed with me through those years. I mean, and they were years. It wasn't like this was just a 6-month stint. I mean, she stayed with me through those years. And I finally quit playing. I had to sit my wife down and beg her forgiveness. She extended me so much grace that she even stayed with me through those years. I mean, and they were years. It wasn't like this was just a 6-month stint.
Mm.
This was like over the course of like 5 years,
Oh wow.
and
Yeah.
shit. I guess the good thing is you finally wake up and you feel like, all right, I'm still trying to earn this back. I'm still trying to earn back,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in debt. Maybe I'll always be in debt, which is good too. I don't mind trying to earn my good graces. Anyway, we got off on a tangent. Ryan, you're sitting there going like, all right, what's up? What the fuck were we talking about today anyway?
No, it's all good, guys. I'm just chilling. I'm just sitting here and just enjoying the conversation.
Yeah.
So a couple things happened this week that kind of triggered me to, as I was thinking about the show topic, that they're reoccurring themes, but yet they keep happening. And so I decided I'd dig into it a little bit more. So one of the things we've talked about a couple times is the passwordless authentication movement. And it's got its ups and it's got its downs. And this week, Duo released, said they're in the process of releasing their new flavor. I saw some updated documentation from Microsoft that says passwordless is now considered the best form of multi-factor. And so, I start to think about that because I don't necessarily agree with that. I think, passwordless has its place as a factor, but not the factor. And so I got to crawl on my ass about that, which then led me to the next piece, which is the vendor accountability and the truth in advertising. And so I took time to actually dig into this, and I went and I saw what the FTC had to say about truth in advertising. And it's really clear language. And when I read it, I realized that literally nothing in our industry meets this definition. And if that's true, then the entire advertising component of our industry is in direct violation of federal law. So that also pissed me off a little bit because I'm like, really? Because we keep talking about how do we solve this? How do we solve this? Well, wait a second. If we have a law that's been on the books since 1919 that they have updated to include language such as internet and ad bot, et cetera, and the language is incredibly clear. I'm trying to pull it up so I can read it verbatim here. But essentially, it's that it must be truthful and it cannot be misleading. And in cases where they make claims such as this percentage of coverage or guarantee to do or not do something, it must also stand up to scientific scrutiny, which I thought was very interesting. So here it says, the FTC prohibits unfair or deceptive advertising in any medium. That is, advertising must tell the truth and not mislead consumers. A claim can be misleading if relevant information is left out or if the claim implies something that's not true. And they use an example of a automobile lease being a $0 down, but then a bunch of surprise fees at the time of signing.
Yeah.
In addition, claims must be substantiated, especially when they concern health, safety, or performance. The type of evidence may depend on the product and the claims and what experts believe are necessary. If your ad specifies a certain level of support for a claim, such as test show X, 100% protection, you must have at least that level of support. And it goes on to detail out. But essentially,
and cyber risk.
And exactly. So making these wild claims is in direct conflict with the Federal Trade Commission Truth in Advertising Act. So is it just a matter of I'm very confused how an entire industry has gotten away with this when they've gone after other industries. They went after the makeup. They actually had to modify it because they went after the makeup industry. And when Photoshop came along, they had to modify it again because a Photoshop photo of somebody looking great because they used the lotion was considered misleading. So if they go to that level of granularity, how on God's green earth is our industry getting away with what they're getting away with? So that's what I wanted to talk about, because I feel like the joke's on us at this point.
Yeah.
Ooh, we need to go look at all those 100% protected, and we protect you, and we do all this. And here's
Well, that's what we,
sorry,
yeah.
go on.
Well, no, that's what we had talked about, right? Ryan, we talked about why the hell aren't there lawsuits about this stuff? I mean, we see this all the time.
Right.
Is there some sort of exemption that we don't know about, or is there, I mean, why aren't these prosecuted? I don't know.
I don't know.
Is it
I mean, I
because of
just,
the,
as I'm digging around the FTC site, I found another one. So this is under their advertising and marketing, like how to, advertising and marketing basics. Under the law, claims and advertisements must be truthful, cannot be deceptive or unfair, and must be evidence-based. For some specialized products or services, additional rules may apply.
I wonder if, because I mean, we all know the terms and conditions that we agree to, but rarely, if ever, read. I wonder if they can get away with it because inside the terms and conditions they put other things.
No, before I accepted.
That's true. I mean, you look at the advertising. I mean, there was the one company we talked about, a while back that they were going to end cyber risk.
Yeah.
Right.
There was no agreement between me and them before I got that email, I don't think. But I was going to talk to you, and I didn't get a chance to this afternoon, Ryan, because I was busy doing squirrel stuff. But I was going to talk to some legal friends and find out why, if this is the law, and you're reading it right in plain English, right, black and white, it's right there.
I put
Tell
the
me
link in the chat.
Yeah.
Tell me how
so,
that's not applied. to
You
what we
know
see
who'd be
every
a
day.
good one for this? Is Paul Ferrillo. He and I actually been talking about doing another webinar on or something on the solar winds. In other words, stripping away all the bullshit and doing something about why didn't people figure out where the hell was the security, where the fuck were the backups, what happened to the Sierra White. I mean, all that stuff. He might not be a bad one to get hold of and ask this. I mean, I've seen him in action, and he kind of scares me. He's fucking good at what he does.
Because I'm very confused. I found another one. That's the latest link I put in the chat, where it says, and on conduct related to high-tech products and the internet. I mean, that's the level they're calling out when they're saying what's in scope for the law. So again, how in the hell is a multi-$100 billion industry getting away with this, other than the fact they're a multi-$100 billion industry and they're greasing all the right politicians? I mean,
Well, they're not. So we're not doing that. I mean, that is the one thing. We're not doing a huge amount of that.
So if we're not lobbying, but do you see where my confusion comes in here?
Totally. Yeah. I'm sending Paul a message.
These
I'm
claims aren't
Perry,
even minor. They're fragrant. I mean, they are so blatantly untruthful. Invisible processes, anyone?
Hey, that was mine. I totally bought into that shit.
I know, and I love it. It's like the best shit I've ever heard.
And I'm still looking for that shit. And then I called him. I'm like, hey man, I can't find it. And he goes, because they're fucking invisible. And I was like, right. I got it. How much does this cost again? Because I want more. Visible processes. Yeah, it's science. That's what he said. It's science.
Well, then according to this, it must hold up to scientific testing and produce the results claimed.
Well, according to Truth in Advertising, right? I mean, the stuff that you sent us, I can't make a claim unless I can substantiate the claim.
Correct. In plain English here. And this goes back, so the history on this a little bit. I was digging into this, goes back to 1919, and it has to do, actually precedes
Snake oil?
It does. It precedes the Food and Drug Administration. So the original act was that you had to put on the label what was in the bottle. And so they did. So Night Night baby formula now said contains cocaine, heroin, LSD. We'll speedball and trip this kid to bed, right? And that then, because of that, is what prompted and preceded the Food and Drug Administration. So you got your FDA Act because of snake oil and these crazy claims of miracles, oh, you drink it and everything's fine. And people are dropping over dead because it's, made of God knows what. So the roots of this are rooted in consumer protection, which is something else we've advocated for on the show here, is consumer protection.
I wonder if because for the first 20 years of our industry, 30 years of our industry, we hadn't really been dealing with the consumer. We dealt company to company, company to organization, organization to enterprise, and that was how it was. And last 10, 12 years, it's been to the consumer, much more so. And especially now, I wonder if we just conveniently forgot about all of this. I just shot a message to Paul, copied both of you on it, kind of asking, and I took the 2 links that you sent out, Ryan, and just kind of chucked them on there because it's, there's a couple of companies out there that claim they're the world's leading and the world's best.
Mm-hmm.
They'll protect.
Now, I know there's a small degree of hyperbole allowed, right? Because, but small, very small.
Fucking a small degree, and then there's just completely.
But even the food companies can't claim they're the world's best. The restaurants can.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the restaurants. Oh, they can't. Food companies can't.
I haven't seen it. I'm sure it's out there somewhere, but you don't see Campbell's coming and saying, world's best soup.
No, you're right. You see restaurants, but
you'll see a restaurant be like, world's best hamburger.
Yeah.
Or world's, best slice of pizza or something like that.
Yeah, totally.
So I think there's a little wiggle room there because they're not really making a direct claim. Now, if they say burgers 30% bacon,
and it's not,
and it's 30% horse,
you
got a problem on your hands.
Well, even the FTC, right, who enforces these things. If it's a neighborhood restaurant claiming to have the world's best hamburgers, and the FTC just doesn't have the manpower to go enforce those ones anyway. But these big ones, right? I mean, you're talking, like you said, a multi-billion-dollar industry. These things are splashed all over the fucking internet.
Well, I mean, that's to that point. I mean, you look at the advertising. Let's take the not the drinks industry. Let's take not the fast drink. What do you call those things? The energy, the fizzy shit. What the hell do you call those things?
Energy drinks?
Yeah, like the Cokes, Pepsis, Mountain Dews, and all those.
Oh, sodas.
Sodas. Thank you. Yeah, fizzy drinks, sodas. Yeah.
We call them pop up here in Minnesota.
That's the one. Yeah, that stuff. They've had to be really, really freaking careful because years and years and years ago, they claimed all sorts of shit. Because
they have their roots in medicine.
Yeah.
Remember that Pepsi-Cola had pepsin in it and Coca-Cola had cocaine in it. And they were sold as medicinal drinks.
Right.
And Mountain Dew had hillbilly piss, still does.
Mountain Dew's scary. That's just stuff. But I shouldn't say anything. I've got Iron Brew. So I always keep a stash of Iron Brew on hand. You guys seen Iron Brew? Have I talked to you about Iron Brew?
I think you talked to me about it.
Yes,
it's Scottish version of that stuff. It just puts hair on your chest as opposed to rots your teeth out.
So if we have the mechanism, then the question becomes, because it appears we do.
Look at this one. Look at this one from the American Bar Association. This one's interesting. It's cybersecurity is an unfair practice FTC enforcement under Section 5 of the FTC Act. And if you
Oh,
scroll down a
wow.
little bit, it's got, has a new mandate to regulate cybersecurity. I don't know when this was published.
2016.
2016. So it's
Yeah.
5 years old.
Congress has not yet adopted broad federal legislation. Companies face a patchwork of laws, regulation pertaining to. If given the increased importance, we will advise to examine whether practices and policies may subject them to action, which they should do. FTC has a new mandate to regulate cybersecurity. Well, that didn't fucking work, did it?
Right. So the FTC, so one of the things that was challenged in the Wyndham breach, if you remember that one,
Yeah.
was the FTC's authority to regulate cybersecurity. So that was challenged in 2015 in the FTC versus Wyndham Worldwide Corporation. The Third Circuit affirmed that the FTC does have authority to regulate cybersecurity. So that can't be the reason, right? So they have authority over this. New uncertainty over the scope. But anyway, it's an interesting read because I think if we dig around enough and maybe, talk to some of our legal friends, we should get an answer, because we're not the only ones who would notice this, I wouldn't think, right? We've got a country of 330 million people. Somebody's got to be going like, wait a second. But just think of all the AI that's sold as AI when it's not really AI. And
Hang on a second. So if you go past Wyndham, do we put this, is this out to everybody? We should put this to everybody.
I'll put that in the-
I'll do it.
So here's an interesting one on this FTC one while we're doing it. So the FTC went after another organization. They went after LabMD. And LabMD, another one of those, got breached, yada, yada, yada. And then FTC went after them. And it said, you had people, you had this. And what ended up happening was lawyers or various groups took up the battle against the FTC on behalf of LabMD. Evidentiary hearing, the FTC failed to prove substantial injuries to consumers. So it looks like basically the FTC had the burden of proof to say that consumers were, injuries to consumers.
Well, that's easy. We can prove that.
Apparently we couldn't in 2016, or not enough in 2016, which,
well, the landscape's a little different these days. I believe we just had a congressional hearing about injury as a result of computers.
Yeah, I don't think the FTC's, it looks like the FTC got a bit of a black eye on that one, to be perfectly honest.
Maybe they're shy.
I wonder if they
shy.
are. Yeah, well, I wouldn't surprise. I think that's one. I wonder if that's part of it as well. But remember the context in which we read this, guys. The context of this is that the FTC was saying that LabMD and these companies, because they had a data breach. Okay, you're right.
And practiced not. So in the context of regulating cybersecurity as in its application and within a company as part of protecting a consumer, I'm talking about it in the sense of the advertisement, the truthiness, to borrow from Colbert, the truthiness of the advertising solely as its own standalone. But there is another argument to be made as to whether a company and to what degree of negligence in their cybersecurity program falls under that definition of an unfair practice.
Yeah, you're right, because this whole ABA one is definitely about the breach side of the world, which, let's face it, each one of them.
Here's a case of FTC versus D-Link, and had three things were settled, three pending items. The three pending items was a data security misrepresentation claim, a first allegedly deceptive statement, and a second allegedly deceptive statement. Where D-Link made misleading statements about its own data security policies and security practices. It's not really false advertising unless it was used in advertising, I suppose, but that one was June 2019. I don't think it's settled yet. I don't know. But it's so rampant though, is in our industry. Is there a place where we can go and find out, like, here are examples of false advertising in our industry. Does anybody maintain a list or anything like that, or a website? Do you know?
I can't believe you said that.com.
I think they're probably, I mean, there's enough people. I mean, you look at the people that put the snake oil thing up at RSA, what, a couple of years ago now. So, or was that Blackout, wherever they put it, they probably have it. I know there's enough groups in our industry. There's enough people, not just on here, but on LinkedIn. If we put a call to action on LinkedIn, I would hazard a guess we would get a bunch of folks that would come up and say, here's a screenshot from this one. Here's this one here. I bet there'd be a bunch of folks that are.
Well, and honestly, just like the really, really egregious, like, let's just start there, right? The, machine learning versus AI versus, we can split hairs there, here and there. But when they give guarantees, we stop hackers, breach proof, 100% secure, those just absolutely outlandish claims, because from a consumer perspective, not only did you lie to them, but you misled them to believing they didn't have any action to take.
I got one right here. Komodo Security. Breach proof your business with Komodo's cybersecurity. Zero
Boom.
trust platform.
You get the first one. Hey, this is interesting. We were
Is your enterprise breach proof. Zero.
Yesterday I was looking at Chuck Norris True Facts. You know what I mean? Those. Remember I sent you guys one. I texted
Oh,
you.
yeah. Chuck Norris. Yeah, his calendar thing. That was
You should create the same sort of thing for like false advertising and cybersecurity. But anyway, go ahead and keep reading what you got, Chris.
Yeah, no, that was there's that one. Let's have a look. Identify efforts required to breach proof global security org, tech targets, array solutions. Breach proof your business with array solutions. Yeah. Citrix, Equifax, and how to data breach proof your business. Array Insights. 5 ways to breach proof your Drupal platform from ValueBound. I just did a Google search for breach proof. We got our first dozen.
Where are we going to put these?
Repost
Let's
it.
put these on the shit show website.
Vigil. There's data. Yeah. Oh man, there's a bunch. Yeah. I just did a quick search on breach proof.
Here we go. Formal verification creates hacker-proof code.
Oh, you look for hacker proof apparently. I do take. I mean, I am a bit of a hacker, and let's face it, you can't really.
Logo also goes with hacker-proof.
Come on, fuckwits.
I'll be right back. I gotta go pee real quick and get something else to drink. I'm done with my.
The
This drink is called Macho Mango.
Macho Mango.
Huh? You wish you had some of this, don't you?
Oh my goodness. Oh
Be right back.
my goodness. Sugar CRM. Get a data breach proof CRM system. Data anonymizer from Sugar CRM. 100% breach proof. Oh no network. I was gonna say, Gary Southwell, do we need to have a talk with everybody? But we don't. Nothing. He tells us nothing is. Thank you, Gary. Breach proof concepts. Cloud native. Breach proof your business with our zero. Oh, who's this? Oh, fucking Komodo again. Man, somebody needs to sue the nuts off of Komodo.
They are making some pretty bold claims.
Oh my God. Seriously. You know who we haven't found yet is ClownStrike.
I'm wondering if they got spanked for the last round of crap they said.
I don't know. I want to find them somewhere. I like the fact that Smokescreen actually says you can't breach proof. So kudos to Smokescreen. Thank you, buddies. I actually know some of the folks over there. I've actually got a lot of, I actually have a bit of love for those guys. Yeah. Okay. So Macho Mango Man.
ProSource. ProSource. Breach proof database.
Bastards. I mean, I guess you can make it breach. Well, actually, no, you can't. We went through this one.
Oh, no, you can. Yes, we have been through this. It starts with Portland cement.
Yeah, but even so, some fucker somewhere is gonna dig that shit up under the volcano and prove, because you know damn well we're gonna do our fuck you, we're gonna prove you wrong. I saw that there was somebody said it was a breach proof. I had it. Somebody said, what is it like the new breach proof chip and whatever else? And like, how would you get into it? I'm like, bring a wrench.
Right.
And they were like, oh, I'm like, what the fuck do you expect me to do? You make it, I'm just gonna sit there. I'm going to break fingers. And then when I've broken them all and you still haven't told me, I'll do your toes. And then we'll just start pulling things off. And at some point, you're going to give me the password. Believe me, not the first time I've done this. Eventually, you're going to give me the password. Just sorry.
Well, and the whole idea behind this goes to the next piece of that, back to protection of consumers. Just like you, just like Ev, just like most of the people, if not all the people listening, we don't like when people get victimized.
Right. Yeah.
And now that the small, medium business, general consumer population is becoming aware of the need for these protections and services, it's so important to like raise the alarm now before they get hoodwinked. And specifically, what led me to get more upset about this is what I've seen being done in the K-12 space, where they're targeting schools with this advertising. And a lot of schools are like, great. I remember having my first conversation about how come you could still ransom a immutable backup. And I said, no, it's immutable. It can't be ransomed. It's ransom proof. It's immutable. I said, is it on the network? Can you get to it? Well, yes and yes. So how does an immutable backup work? We see you write a file and then you can't make changes to it. Correct. You can't make changes, but you can overwrite it.
Yeah, no shit.
You can write a new file.
Yeah. And somebody somewhere's got admin access into that whole thing, and it's on a network and it's on a share and.
Immutable is great for vaulting. If you want to make sure that you've got a tight audit trail against somebody didn't edit or modify, they work great for that. But it's not ransom proof.
No, I mean, it's to your. I actually had this really good conversation with somebody. Oh, it's something that I had a conversation, but it won't be public for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, whatever the hell the date is. Yeah, I had that conversation. They're like, give me 3 things that you should do. Give me 3 things. I'm like, user awareness, know where your fucking assets are, and back the shit up, and then unplug the backup. Take the fucking thing off the table. And they're like, seriously? I'm like, yeah. You don't need to buy new shit. Those are the 3 things. Make people aware so that when they click a little bit more responsibly. Know where all your shit is, or at least most of it, as best as you can, and then just back the fucking stuff up and take it offline. Know what's going to kill you and back that up. And they're like, wow, so we're not talking about blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no.
It's seriously. So, how do I protect myself from ransomware? Get a thumb drive.
I still have my DLT. Oh God,
yeah. But that's a perfect example of information security is not about 100% prevention, right? You also need to have the detection and response pieces, because you're not protecting yourself from ransomware. You're protecting yourself from the recovery.
Yep.
Right. You're still going to get ransomware. So set the appropriate expectation that that's going to happen no matter what you do eventually, but be in a position where you can recover from it. And that should apply with all of information security, right? That's why we say, have a damn incident response plan, a damn incident management.
That's the tape?
Yeah.
DLT, baby.
DLT, baby. Now, you want to go better than that? Screw you all.
Oh,
is that
a jazz? No, it's not jazz, is it? No.
Floppy. 128 meg.
Yeah,
128 meg. Screw you and your 144. This is one of the 128 meg drives.
Nice.
Love it.
The question is, do you have anything left that can read it?
Also part of your
Oh my
recovery
God.
plan.
Okay, there you go. This was,
Ooh,
I was just coming out of the, I was kind of still in the military. So yeah, media recognition, 90-meter data cartridge, Chris's data, WinNT and programs. And if you can read the date on it,
nice.
it's from, actually it won't zoom properly. 8th, so August the 12th, 1995.
Nice.
Yeah, I still have my shit, all my cool. All right, we're going through, yeah. Okay,
I still have
keep
my
talking about
running Windows 95 laptop.
Office Plus, Windows 95.
I wonder if you could
What is
ransomware
that?
my Windows 95 box.
Do you guys read that? Or is it
Oh, yeah.
reversed? Do I need to reverse it?
OS2.
Yeah, do I need to reverse it? Have I got it the wrong way around?
No, I saw it. Windows NT.
Oh, hang on. Oh, all right. Okay, we're going. All right. Okay, I got
Hold
you.
on. All right, ready? Still in the plastic.
No. All right. Okay. I'm tapping out on that one. But do you guys remember Leisure Suit Larry?
Yes.
Yeah, well, let me show you this.
Leisure. Oh no.
Oh, that's good.
Doom. There's Doom.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, some of my viruses. Comfill. I made a new Comfill, and we won't talk about what that does. Virux X. God, my NVIR from September '89. Holy shit! This is the stupid shit I was doing when I was in the military and doing other things. I'm making shit. PageMaker Pro. All right, I gotta find my Windows disk. Now you've got me thinking about it. All right, hang on a sec.
Windows 95 was 26 floppies.
I actually have, hang on a sec. I've got, the hell's my damn thing? Windows NT, disk 1 of 22.
Nice.
Windows NT 351, please hold.
Oh, yeah.
That is Windows NT 351.
Nice.
This is sad. This isn't nice. This is sad.
Well, sort of.
I really want to get a floppy drive and see how much of this shit still works, despite the fact I'm carrying it around. But yeah, back to your backup thing. 128 meg backups. This is what we all used to do. I mean, that was, how much was on one of these stupid things?
Oh, and you can get what did I just pick up? A 256 gig thumb drive for $8. So
Down to Micro Center.
it's not like storage is expensive anymore. Are those the Teras?
No,
Hey,
these are
guys.
128. Yeah, 128
Okay.
Micro Center.
Hey, you can get rid of the floppies and just go here, you know.
Do what?
Oh, look at that.
What do you do?
You just get rid. You get rid of the floppies and just go there.
Download. Oh,
Oh, yeah. Oh.
okay. So
no.
question. Well, technically we should be able to run this in an emulator, no?
Yeah, totally.
I would think so.
All right, let me find the one that I really want to find.
Save space, man. Recycle that shit.
No, I can't get rid of it. There's my first viruses that I wrote are in here. My first Trojans,
Oh no, keep your virus. Keep your viruses.
The viruses are fun. Somewhere in here. Yeah, but to the point of like backing shit up while I'm looking for things that I know I've got floating around somewhere, to the point of backing shit up. Oh, hell yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the most important part.
Right.
All right, I got one more for you guys. Ready?
Yeah.
Don't
3M
tell me that shit.
See that plastique?
You serious? Damn, that's okay. That's pretty awesome and pretty scary at the same time.
I'm the only one who throws shit away.
Yeah, you know.
My wife wouldn't let me keep any of that stuff
That's
anyway.
that's some straight vintage shit. I'm gonna hang on to that, and then when I pass it to my kid, it's gonna be worth a fortune because nobody has a box of 5 1/4 wrapped in plastic anymore.
You know,
The
I mean, you know who,
the wrapped in plastic is.
you know who needs those is Space Command.
Exactly. Auction them off for top dollar.
No shit.
This
Oh,
one's called
God.
Tropic Thunder.
Are these the new Monster energy water deals?
Yeah. Water.
It's never good when
Okay.
when you just open up one of these and what it says on it is virus. It's like, I wonder what it was I wrote.
You should take some of that shit and put it up on Virus Total and see what the hell happens.
Oh God, could you imagine?
They'd be like, you would no idea what somebody just fucking uploaded today.
What the fuck is this? Yeah. Oh my gosh, Looney Tunes animation screensavers.
Yeah, send me some of that shit. I'll upload it.
Oh my God, do you remember Dr. Solomon's antivirus?
Dr.
Yeah.
Solomon.
Dr. Solomon's antivirus.
Wow. Taking it back a little bit.
You think? Somewhere in here, I know I've got them. I just don't know where they are.
And see, Chris has a good DR plan. He's,
All right, if you want to download Dr. Solomon's antivirus, that's where you can get that one.
Novell client boot disk, NetWare boot disk, e-editor. All right.
all right, so Evan, can we find Lotus Notes on this site?
Probably.
Chris wants a collaboration platform, so I figure what we do is we spin up a couple of old NT boxes, but we jack the shit out of them with some real horsepower and use Lotus Notes.
Oh, hell. I was actually going to talk to you guys about going back even further and can we spin up bulletin boards and actually just
Old school BBS?
old
Why
school,
not?
but with some
All right, here's the experiment. Can we run 56K baud over VoIP?
oh no, don't do that to people. I do
Looks
want
like-
them to be able to
looks
actually
like-
work.
Looks like Florida International University left their Lotus Notes install files and instructions online, so we can go grab those if you want Lotus Notes.
Nice. Why
Probably
not?
the smartest place to do them. I really want to do an old school BBS. I would love.
Old school, okay, so
Okay.
how old school though?
Okay, here's what I want. I want Resto Mod BBS.
All right, but are we actually gonna do like old school protocol?
What, NNTP?
Or do you want to do
NNTP?
an NTP?
I don't know the best. I don't know how. I want to make it relatively easy for people to get to it.
Okay.
But I also want to make it fun. I mean, if you look, I mean, there's 27,000 people since this afternoon basically have hit me up. And I swear, most of them don't want Slack. A bunch of them maybe want Discord. A fucking ton metric of them want IRC or bloody bulletin boards at this point. And I'm all fucking pigeons or smoke signals. And I want to do the right thing just for shits and giggles. If we can actually have like a resto mod, if you guys know what I mean when I'm talking resto mod, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ryan, you got the.
No, I'm not tracking you on that.
So here's the logic. Take an old school car. So like an Aston Martin or a Ford or something like that, like something from the 60s and 70s. Beautiful looking, brakes for shit, air conditioning is like an anemic mouse, and steering out of something that the fucking Flintstones would have been happy with for the most part. And that's European and US. I'm not just, but so what you do is you keep the shape, you keep the look and the feel, but you put proper air conditioning in, you put an engine in, you mod the engine to a point where it actually works and starts on cold weather. You change the brakes out, but you make it look kind of nice, but you put fucking great big 13-inch calipers in the thing. And, and maybe a couple of heated seats and stuff like that. But you do it sympathetically.
So I got you covered. I just put the link in the chat.
Oh, are you serious?
We need to get another DRU going.
Because this is
The
a
demon.
thing.
Do you remember Demon Roach Underground?
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, there's so many evil things on that.
Yeah.
No way. Running retro advanced to loss of no. No way.
What you wanted, right?
Can you put this on the gen? Oh hell, I could probably cut and paste it for God's sakes. Hang on, I got it. There you go. No,
So
that's the FTC one. That's like the one we're talking about, but that's not like the one we're talking about. Here we go.
yeah, you can set up a new one in seconds.
Oh, we could do this.
Did Microsoft buy Discord?
Who knows? They've been buying up everything.
No, somebody told me, no, not Discord. Slack got bought by Salesforce or so. Somebody said Slack was taken over by Salesforce or somebody like that. Thought I heard the dog snoring for a second, but I didn't think he was down yet. Oh, he is. Oh,
It just goes to show that everybody's got a price, man.
Oh, they got a nice set of BBS software in the drop down. You can kind of pick and choose. Do it as a Commodore.
I want something, yeah, I want to have some fun with it, but also it needs to be usable because we do actually want people to be able to use the ruddy thing. Like effectively communicate, collaborate, all those kind of things we keep telling people they should be bloody doing. If we end up putting a bulletin board out there that isn't effective, we should get yelled at, let's be honest.
There's some fun stuff on this.
Where are you at?
The Telnet BBS guide.
Yeah. But seriously, if anybody's listening in on this one, did Discord get bought by Microsoft? I don't know who got. Somebody Google it for God's sakes. Figure out who the hell. Did somebody actually buy Discord, or are we just smoking crack?
I don't know. Somebody put it on the.
I'm kind of pissed.
It
Somewhere.
has not yet. It is in talks. As of yesterday, it has not purchased. They're looking at 10 billion as the price tag. So that's what my Google results are returning. That doesn't make it true.
Does that mean we have to fucking patch it and reboot it every fucking week?
Well, yes, because that's the new thing now, you know.
Well, no, because Discord bought. If Discord sells out to Microsoft, it's after the adversaries already got in and stole all the source code from Microsoft. So they should be safe for at least 10 minutes.
10, 15 minutes.
17.
Till they set the VPN up.
Yeah, there we go. You know, it's tough though. I was talking to a friend about this, and it's, you know, that whole price thing. And he's like, yeah, you know what? We might sell out some of our stuff. He's like, because that money I can use to do a lot of other good things with. And I'm like, oh, you have a point, but how much do you owe the very people that helped you build it, kind of thing? You know, the community around you. I can't.
So the active BBS software list that I have is these are the ones that are still active: BBBS, Citadel, CNET, Amiga Pro, Enigma 1 and 2, Hermes 2, BBS, Magica, MBSE, Mystic, Synchronet, Wildcat, WinServer, World Group, and WWIV.
Like concurrently active since.
We're just not going to talk about this either.
Well, I mean, that's a whole nother animal. And you can store data on it.
I know. Believe me.
If you're real creative, a Raspberry Pi and some old cassette tapes, and you can back up a data center.
Damn straight. Here we go. This is what we need to do. This is the one.
All right. Somewhere in here. I don't know if I still have them. I might have gone. I had my old Windows 3.1 discs.
Yeah, this is fairly collaborative.
What's that?
Has,
Seen it? Oops, hang on. What did I just? Ooh, oh,
yeah, I mean, it's got mail feature, file feature, news. It's got a news feed. So you have your social component.
Yeah, that'll work.
who are the cockroaches, Chip? I got to know who you're talking about, little buddy. Oh, Amiga. Amiga? Seriously, I've never thought of them as cockroaches. That wasn't very civilized. Are they that bad?
We could do this one too, Synchronet.
Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe those yeah. I wouldn't mind doing something. I think it would be totally fun just to actually have a little bit of fun with it. And if we're gonna do something, I mean, I need to go back and I haven't looked at the chat in the last couple of hours. It actually scares me a little bit because it just does. But I want to go back and look at it and just
Holy
try and
shit.
figure out. It'd be fun to do something just
This bulletin board is, since it was started, 1,993,339,905 minutes. How long is that? Fuck.
That's a lot of minutes.
Like, that's their uptime?
That's the time on.
Damn.
What's how many? What was it? 1 billion?
I don't know. I got to do some math on this.
Things in need of a match.
Yeah. Let's see. So that's
Seconds
minutes.
or minutes? Seconds or minutes?
It says minutes. So it'd be that many hours. There's 24 hours in a day.
That doesn't sound right. That sounds like 1,902 years.
No, yeah, that's
That's
not
a
right.
billion. Yeah.
Somebody messed up on their math.
Maybe a billion seconds. Where are you looking?
Even a billion seconds would be 61 years. That's still too long.
Where are you looking?
Oh, this one.
Synchronet or CBBnet one? Oh no. Okay. Oh my gosh, on time. Yeah, that is a lot of freaking on time, isn't it?
Yeah, it can't be right though. Because even if it's seconds, it's still 61 years. I should log into this thing.
Yeah, that's 3,678 years. That just doesn't seem quite right.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna log into this thing.
Well, at least the basic one didn't work. I'm gonna try this one.
I mean,
Which one?
Oh, I'm doing the basic ones, the easy peasies, the admin and blank and admin and password and blank username and password and the fun stuff, the easy ones.
no, that's
Ones that work like 80% of the time.
This would be fun. There's something like this I think would be, oh my gosh, you can just do a whole bunch of the old edit systems. All right, we're squirreling. You realize how badly we're squirreling.
It's April Fool's Day, so it doesn't really
squirrel.
Yeah, we're good.
I can deal with that.
It is the shit show after all.
That is true. Yeah, I like the idea of doing something, because I mean we could go, because I mean there were some amazing suggestions that were put up by people, and I love some of the suggestions. But I'm trying to think. There is a big part of me that kind of wants, because if I look at it, okay, so we're building a platform at the moment. Holy shit, there's almost 1,000 votes.
Yeah, what did you want to talk to us about?
Who? Me?
Who? Him? Ryan? Yeah, Ryan. Yeah.
No. No, when we started off, you said you wanted to talk to us about something, about some kind of collaboration, something or other, or something.
Yeah, this is this. I put a link here. I'll put the LinkedIn post up in the Copy link to post.
We're like actively having that conversation.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
You
this
guys-
is part of that?
Yeah,
this is part of it.
this is the thing.
Well, because the other thing for the gray matter thing as well, for me, I love the idea, back to that collaboration platform. What could, and hell, if we want to, depends on how it wants to get done. Good God, that was terrible English. Wow. Oy vey.
What just happened?
I'm not entirely certain what the hell I was speaking at that point in time. Depends entirely upon what we do with the community, the CISO-ish, CISO-esque, whatever they want to call it, community. At some point, what I would love to do, I don't want that as a standalone community. I want it to be part of other communities. I want to be able to do sharing between as many folks as possible. And be very careful about it, because for a variety of different reasons, but at least have areas where the two teams can kind of collaborate and stuff like that. But for me, that goes into the stuff with the gray matter stuff as well. It's like, look, it'd be nice to share information, ideas, thoughts, all that kind of stuff between in certain areas. That kind of plays into this whole logic for where do we go? Now, if I don't want to do the spoiler on this, but if we look at Slack, which is the old faithful, that's leading the charge with Discord. Shanty didn't get anywhere. Carrier pigeons. 12% of people voted for carrier pigeons, which means there's about 100 people that voted for carrier pigeons, which I think is fucking brilliant. That makes me really happy.
He thinks I'm brilliant.
You voted carrier pigeons? Oh, it was awesome. I had to put it out there because, yeah, I just had to. But there was some interesting stuff in here. There's Tribe, Mark Miller, who I've got a lot of respect for, had Tribe on there as well. A bunch of people like IRC. Signal is too restrictive. Same thing with Telegraph and some other stuff. There was Mattermost was another one. So it was like Tribe, Mattermost, and I don't know if those were the two others I wanted to take a look at. Somebody at Mattermost, Tribe, Scuttlebutt. Like, I love the idea of Scuttlebutt. One, because it's out of New Zealand, and apparently the founder of Scuttlebutt lives on a boat somewhere in New Zealand, which I think is just, I'm just like, yes. Telegram does communities, but not as much. IRC, Tin Cans and Strings, yeah. I want to find something that just kind of works effectively. Discord.
Right back, gentlemen.
Lots of calls to Discord, IRC, Slack, IRC, Wildcat BBS. Eddie, I love him. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Eddie's right. Wildcat was actually good. But I want to do it in such a way that, again, it's that resto mod idea. It's the logic of having the fun of a BBS, but also having some of the newer collaborative tools in there. In other words, you can have it go to an RSS feed. You can have a daily wrap up to email and stuff like that. So it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I like that. Collaboration's good, man.
Yeah.
Where did Ryan go? What the hell did he just do?
I don't know. Bathroom, possibly. I have no clue. I'm making an assume. Yeah, Discord can be a bit much. There's a bunch of other stuff. BBS.
I have to go to your LinkedIn because you're talking about shit that's there.
Discord. Kids have grown up. Yeah, somebody, what was it? Was it one of you guys? Somebody somewhere said that something about Slack is for like whatever the previous generation is, like my generation, something like that. Discord. The concept is maintaining buffers, keys, moderators. Yeah, we get.
Well, you also talked about, earlier, what was it, Sunday or earlier this week, about too many fucking tools, messaging tools. You know what I mean? I'm like,
way too much.
what keeps me from going to like I have Slack, and I know a lot of people are like, set up Slack. Like, there's a Slack channel for the shit show. There's a Slack channel for the daily insanity check-ins that we do every morning. But I don't have any time to go there.
Yeah.
I've already got, oh shit, even right now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I've got some LinkedIn messages I haven't even fucking responded to.
Same. I still haven't gotten to the ones that people, when they officially announced me joining Signet, I mean, that went nuts. And I have several hundred I still haven't gotten to, let alone the stuff that's coming this week. Some of I got to and some I just haven't got to. I need to do a sort. I need to sit down and I just need to crank through them all.
Yeah, so I'm always reluctant to add another thing, another place I gotta go and check messages and shit like that. I can't keep up with what I got.
How do we make it work then? So that's actually a really good point, because you're right. I mean, I bitched and fetched about it. So how do we make it, how do we bring a community together effectively, to your point, if we're already overwhelmed with messaging systems?
It's a good question, man.
That's why I love the uniqueness. That's why I kind of, the quirkiness of IRC, BBS or something like that. It's not the same shit wrapped up in put with a different wrapper on it. It's not adhering to the man. It's not the same fucking company that's going to get bought out by Microsoft or Salesforce or some other bunch of numpties. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit quirky. We can still get the same goals, but we're doing it with a bit of sense of humor. And especially for the old farts, we're doing it with some serious sense of humor in there as well. So that's, as long as you can make it easy to use, relatively simple, as much as I love the 56K idea, God forbids that we do that shit.
Okay, but hold on. Upon log on, then it has to play the sound.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes.
If we're gonna do it,
We got to do it. All right. Will not disagree. We'll have to figure that out.
Because I'm at a point right now, just in my own workload, that I can't take on anything else.
Yeah. Well,
no matter how much I want to, no matter how much
Yeah.
I do, fuck, this is like the best thing ever. I can't, man. I can't keep up with the messages I got going on right now. I can't keep up with, my task list right now.
So what we're thinking of doing, we inside HHS, we've been talking to somebody from Bridges and Tech, Dell. We've been having some amazing conversations with her. We're working out literally handing over Dave to her as she would become the product owner of Dave.
Okay.
So she, where Dave is now, how much we keep going, how much we pivot onto the Signet platform, all that kind of good silliness. She would own that. And as part of her doing that and ramping that up is also going to be building up the community stuff. So some of it's going to be working a platform, helping and again, we're going to have the conversation with her and see if she's up for doing this. But that's part of the logic is because I can't do it, you can't, none of us can do it, let's be honest. Jen in the office is running around trying to do 100 things. My thought is, if I'm going to bring somebody on and have them do a bunch of stuff, and also talk to the Signet folks and go, look, how can they help manage some of this? Can they provide resources? Can they provide something to help do this, funding, resources, whatever? And actually we can do it. If we can use a BBS, we're not spending $7 a fucking head for people inside Slack. We're not spending, all this money all over the place. Then let's put it into somebody helping to drive the community, drive the conversations, and honestly helping those of us out that are going to be the ones building it, for a better way of putting it, basically acting as cover fire and helping. So that's some logic on that one, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how you make time. I mean, somehow you do make time for the things that you are, really interested in or passionate about, right? Somehow I still find time to do Harley shit. You know what I mean? So I guess, I don't know. That's my biggest struggle right now. I think it's just trying to figure out what things I don't need even on my list. Like, is there shit here that it's like either delegate it or just get it the fuck off the list?
Right.
Well, I was going to say, sounds to me like a fun project for somebody aspiring to get into the industry or early on in the industry. Spin up a BBS for us.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking for experience. Well, you get some endorsements out of this crowd. It'll it ain't going to hurt you.
That's the logic and that's the thought process behind it. And, getting Dell in to help on some of that. She's I mean, she and Jen have definitely hit it off from conversation standpoint. The energy she has is actually fantastic, and she's pivoting. So she's got a wealth, like a shit ton of experience in other areas. Being able to take that cool head, understanding, knowledge, be able to do all of that and bring it across to the Dave side of it is something to drive there. And then the community side, I'm doing some of this. I think, touch wood, we can do some of it. John's just said he would help out. So John, if you are serious about helping out, and this is going to take fucking time. This is not I can help out for 10 minutes thing. This is actually going to, so anybody that's listening or anybody that watches this, there's commitment involved. And yeah, maybe there's compensation among there somewhere, but don't come into it that way. I'm up for it. Hit any one of the three of us up on this one, or all three of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know
So
from
Matt,
sorry, go on.
Matt asked, what is wrong with Signal? Nothing.
It's not,
Nothing wrong with Signal.
it doesn't have the community capability.
Right.
I can't use it for what I need. I know what I want out of a community. And a community is the ability to split off and have separate conversations in rooms. It is the ability to bring people in, take people out, and have overall management of some of that. You don't have to be in it, but you need to be able to put people in, take people out. I want code of conduct, and it's the code of conduct is going to be a hillbilly code of conduct. I'll warn everybody now. It's definitely going to be a hillbilly code of conduct. And so there's things in there that I want to be able to put in there, and Signal just can't do it.
Right.
Same with Telegraph. Same thing. I love those. I use Signal all the time for business and for other things. It cannot do what I need it to do for this. It won't do it. I am not going to make a square peg fit in a round fucking hole. I've done that for enough of other things in life. This shit ain't going to happen. Matt, no problem at all. No issues on the community bar. And it's stuff like I want an RSS feed for certain things. Maybe if you want to get a wrap up of your part of the community, what did I miss today? Back to Evan's part. You always don't have fucking time. Signal, I don't go into Slack because it scares me how many messages there are. And it's almost that barrier. But if I got a quick email that literally gave me the one liner, hey, this and this and this and this and this, I can scan down it. I can go, I don't care, or, oh shit, I care about that one. Right. And that's all I have to deal with. My Jen had, shit, there was another, what the hell was it? There was some other one that she told me about. Hang on, it's on here. No, it wasn't.
I totally just responded to a message that, from March 23rd on my LinkedIn messages.
Yeah, you're better than I am. I hate to say it.
Fuck. And it was like a really good message too. It's like, hey, awesome, thank you, and for helping me.
Yeah,
and I'm
totally.
like, fuck, you're welcome.
No, I get it. Yeah, there's only a few. Jen's using one. I can't remember what the hell. She's probably asleep at this point. She's got one she uses for the healthcare space that sounded absolutely fantastic. And I'll have to go back and look at it. I don't know what it was.
Well, or we could just go the route every other platform's going and do audio drops.
Ooh, no, I don't know.
I'm kidding. By the way, I'm laughing all the way to the bank with Clubhouse. Thank you for making the deep fakes easier. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Now I've got your full voice pattern. Thanks.
Don't even that fucking dumpster fire. And the problem is everybody's happy on it. I'm like, I get there's acceptable risk, and then there's I'm just not going into the room where I know the fucking crew's gonna eat me. It's as simple as that.
We know who runs it.
Actually, we should do that. That is a LinkedIn post, and that's like 2 lines. You have been eaten by a grue. Welcome to Clubhouse. You have been eaten. That's all that needs. Fuck it. That might be tomorrow's LinkedIn post. I mean, that's it. But we don't care. I don't know. Whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. I can't remember what the hell the one that Jen said was that she likes. Let me see if she's still awake.
Oh, hey, what is it? It's the first. So what is it? 2 weeks? In 2 weeks, we should have a shitload more people coming into the shit show. Because we've
Yeah.
got what, almost 6,000 students now for the CISSP mentor program.
It's true. It's a true story.
Yeah. Yeah,
Damn.
6,000 students getting free training, man. I'm so jacked about that.
Oh, that is ridiculously fantastic. That's nuts. That's absolutely fucking crazy. You guys rock. Like seriously, fucking rock for that.
Yeah, it's
Damn.
super cool, man. And we're gonna announce it, and give people, hey, you want to get into this industry and learn some, just real talk kind of bullshit, come check us out. We'll be here. We'll talk about, because I would like them to get to know, we're good guys. The three of us and many others, are good people who genuinely give a shit about other people and want to see them succeed, right? So
100%.
we speak the truth, right? That's one of the things I appreciate about the both of you is the shit I read from you is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I know where your hearts are at, so that makes it easy to trust. Trust is hard in this industry. Who do you trust? Who do you not trust? Who's got an ulterior motive? What the fuck are they thinking? They use you, stab you in the back. You just got to watch yourself a lot. So, when you do find people in this industry that you can trust, hold on tight, man.
Yeah, totally. That's
Well, and nowhere better that I have found. We cover the human side of being a human. We cover the human side of being in security, and we cover the human side of security. And I know I like that part. Like, because if you go out, and I've had people comment to me before that that's an aspect of the show they like, because if you go out and look at what a lot of the content is, it's strictly technical content, or it's just very narrow band. It doesn't talk, like accountability. Where is that being talked about on any of the other security content out there? So
maybe, to give Dave Sparks and those guys some credit, I'd like to. So there is probably I'd argue that's probably about the only place it's being talked about.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the only thing I would like. David and Mike and a couple of those folks, that's probably the only
Dave and Mike do a good job.
That's about it. That's really, I think, probably about one of the very, very few places. The only other one I can think of that I'm part of, which is the Cyber Ed board. And even, those guys are actually trying to do the right thing as well. But there's not many. There's not much out there.
And so what the plan is, I've been floating it with people, is the Gray Matter Society. We are setting that up as a nonprofit. And so that'll have some structure and, whatever. We'll have to figure out some ways to keep it running. But the plan is to move the FR Secure CISSP mentor program into the nonprofit. So take it out of FR Secure, put it into the nonprofit. Because one of the restrictions to the student numbers and the participation is the fact that we have competitors, right? FR Secure has competitors. There's a lot of players in our industry who won't send students our way or won't help us teach for free because, well, you're competition, right? And money. And so if we put it into a nonprofit, I think we can attract other nonprofits to come and play ball with us. We can attract a wider expanse of the industry to come, play ball with us because we're not competing anymore, right? It's a goodwill thing. And almost make it to the point, I'd love to make it to the point where if you're not donating some time back to people in our industry, you should explain why.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Seriously, this shit's hard. You need friends.
Yeah.
Even I was on the Bridges and Tech call yesterday, and it was really interesting. There was somebody on there that was talking about wanting to get a little bit of mentoring help and some stuff on threat intelligence. And what was really interesting is I took a step back for a second. I just listened. I'm like, okay, let's see who else steps up. And an amazing young lady, Imara, who's been in her role for 6 to 9 months, something like that. She's actually working for a company I knew from a while ago. And she stepped up and she's like, hey, I'm a junior at this. I don't know a huge amount, but I'm willing to help. And I'm like, okay, if somebody that's just stepped into a role that's still learning the ropes herself, like learning the basic, we're all learning, but learning the basic ropes herself, is willing to step up and go, hey, I got you back. I will teach you as much as I know to help you even get those first couple of steps. I'm like, if somebody can do that, why the fuck can't the rest of you?
Right.
But that was my thing. I'm just like, okay, that there kind of restores some level of okay, there are some decent humans outside of like these groups. There are some other decent humans out there. It makes me a little happier. Some.
Right. Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, we've all got a few hours a month. I mean, start small.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have to like make this a full-time, giving back kind of gig. And the last thing I like about, the people that some people do it and then they brag about it. Right. That's not the point either. Right. This isn't about building you up. This is about building somebody else up. So yeah, give some time back, man. Help some people out.
I am going to flag wave just for a second. I got a fucking awesome email, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Awesome LinkedIn message from somebody, JJ, who we know from AFR on stuff. JJ had gotten introduced to I say kids, I mean, they're students, introduced to the students. They're doing a whole bunch of stuff with NSA and a bunch of other intel stuff and everything else. Bunch of students doing some interesting stuff with them. JJ said, go talk to the large hairy thing. So I got this freaking awesome message from them on LinkedIn, like basically like, JJ recommended we talk to you. Apparently this and this. It was awesome just saying what they're doing about the NSA. And they're like, would you mind? I'm like, oh, hell yeah, let's have a conversation. I love those. Those to me are just cool because I'm going to be able to go geek out for an hour or two with some students and give them thoughts, give them insight, give them bruises and stuff like that. Just stuff like that is, I mean, that's why we do this shit, because you get to just hang out and geek out and just have fun.
Right.
The best. Somebody hit me up from
the best
Sierra
people.
Leone. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I think the best people, the people I admire most in this industry, are the people who serve.
Yeah.
I mean, this is about, I've got this. I mean, how many times have I said it? Information security is not about information or security as much as it's about people. It's about people. Give back to people, build people up, love people, right? And security comes from that shit, right? Because I wouldn't have you click on things because it's not good for you. So stop clicking on shit. You know what I mean? Do the things that are good for you. Stop adding more shit in your environment because it's not good for you. You've had too much bacon. Wait, no, that's not true.
No, that's always good. Although I can't fucking eat bacon at the moment. I've got to figure out if it is bacon that's triggering it. But before I can do that, I have to baseline, and I'm still working on that baseline shit because every now and again I'll be like, oh, I'm going to have that, and that screws up the baseline. But I figure about another week or so, and then I'm going to try bacon again. And if I end up hobbling for a week and a half, it's fucking bacon. And then I got to figure out what my tolerance for the amount of bacon I can have and how long I have to hobble for.
It's a fucking curse, man.
I know.
I will get you some bacon spray, like Banaka, but it's bacon flavor.
I had bacon flavored, like what are those little sweets? The jelly babies, whatever those stupid things are called. What do you call them over here?
Jelly bellies?
Jelly beans? Jelly Belly is a brand, yeah.
Whatever those stupid things. I had bacon flavored ones of those. They were not good bacon flavored. That was not good bacon. No, that was bad bacon flavor.
Bacon flavored anything is bullshit. The real thing is the thing, man.
I know. I got a grill out there and it's got my fucking name on it. And I can't. I went through it again the other week. I ate something and I spent literally a week not able to put full pressure on the right foot.
I'm gonna pray for you, man, because that's a damn curse. We gotta lift that damn
say
curse.
The prayers, brother. Say this is. I'm
no,
hobbling.
bacon is such a central part of like.
I'll deal with it. Save the prayers for those that need it. I'm hobbling. I can deal with that shit. Believe me, there's others that need it way more than I do.
It's the people who think they don't need it are the ones who need it the most.
I'm good. I got
True
to cover.
Stories.
I'll figure it out.
True stories.
No,
well, we'll help you anyways. How about that?
No, hold off, because what I'm gonna baseline.
It's not like I have a bank account of like prayers, and it's like, oh shit, I spent all my prayers. I got nothing.
Right.
Fuck. What am I gonna do?
I'm good. Whoever the heck is listening to those things gets so many of those damn things. Believe me, I don't need to be anywhere near. I don't need to be on the damn list.
You know what I had? You know what I had for dinner tonight?
Bacon. I hate you in such a good way.
Bacon
I
and
found
and
his
eggs.
next T-shirt.
Would
did
you
you?
buy a bacon T-shirt?
Bacon and eggs that my chickens laid.
Home
Yes.
laid chickens are the best. Jesse's got like a flock of chickens, so we get eggs here. I pick eggs up. Friday night is our meeting night, and I pick up either a dozen or 2 dozen eggs from him every week. And oh,
They're different, aren't they?
yeah, they're proper, like good, and they're fresh. They haven't been sitting in the fucking freezer or fridge for weeks at a time. Yeah,
Our three chickens is like perfect because our 3 chickens lay 3 eggs a day, right? They each lay, so it's enough for us.
nice.
Yeah, it looks accurate. Yeah, that looks accurate.
That is awesome. Yeah, that's the one.
But I think we can improve upon that model because I think we can add like body mass, some kind of body mass thing, because I think those servings were not high enough for somebody my size. You know?
No. You got to take the hyphens out. So it was 24 servings, 35 servings.
Got it.
There we go.
I am hyphen blind.
Oh,
Take
my
the
God.
hyphen away, and it's a proper amount.
I'm no longer gonna see hyphens. All right, so this false advertising shit, what the hell are we gonna do?
We're actually, this one, we have a really finite thing to do. We're gonna work with our legal friends, and we're gonna figure out, why is this shit okay? Is this shit okay? If it's not okay, then it's time for a class action lawsuit
Well, or
against the FTC for failure to enforce its own laws.
should I create a page on the Security Shit Show website?
It's nervous. I love it. I say sue the government. He's like,
Oh, it's going to be hilarious because I'm going to walk in one door and I'm going to be like, hey, let's get some shit done. And I walk in the other and I'm going to be like, you bastard. I'm like, get your fucking shit together.
Right? I'm not the one who made the fucking advertising.
thank you. Hello.
But should we create a page on the Security Shit Show website where we can put some, because you guys found like what, 20 of them.
Do me a favor,
That
do
didn't
it.
take long.
Because here's what I would love to do, which will hopefully help contribute to it, is either tomorrow or Monday, Tuesday. Mondays maybe not so much. Tuesdays and Thursdays are the best time to post on LinkedIn. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the best LinkedIn post days. What I would love to do is maybe we can have a talk. You guys might have to remind me, but next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is I'll put a post out, and it'll be a call to action. Like, do me a favor every time you see this, whenever you see this, crawl for this, see this, do this.
Tag the shit show on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't just know. Here's what I want to categorize it somehow or other. I want to, we should almost, as much as I hate to do it, we almost need to have somehow or other like the company name and then example 1, example 2, example 3, example 4, the company name, example 1, 2, 3, 4. Somehow or other be able to do that so that we can categorize. So people have actually got to go screenshot, go out. Do you see the company? Do you have to create a new company? That kind of thing, something like that. Because then we can actually have a list of companies and a list of fucking examples. And we take all of that, if it's printed out, put it in a fucking binder and send to somebody. Or we point the lawyers to it, something along those lines.
So what should I name the page? Roster. All right, I'll create. It's right here. I can create it right now, but I don't know what to call it.
Advertising accountability.
Okay. Yep.
Yep. I like it.
I mean, we talk about accountability, and it's advertising. It's as simple as it is. It's advertising, and it's accountability. I think that's what it has to be.
Well, it's real simple. You said you did it, you do it. Those are the rules we all play by.
Yeah.
That's my whole thing is I'm tired of them not playing by the rules, right? And yet we, the practitioners, are beholden to nothing but.
Mm-hmm. And more and more and more and more and more and more.
Yeah, go ahead, screw around and do something. Hey, do something funny. Log into something you ain't supposed to. See what happens.
Yeah, welcome to CFAA. Yeah, hello. Poster child for CFAA violations. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no shit, exactly. And yeah, on the other hand, apparently we've got hacker proof, bulletproof, everything proof, all that shit.
Even and
Ooh.
there's no such thing as bulletproof glass. They can't actually sell it as bulletproof. They sell it as bullet resistant.
Just going to go there. That's exactly where I was going to go. I'm like, I bet the armaments industry has got the tightest fucking rules known to mankind in there. Yeah, that's a really good one.
They do. It's bullet resistant. Because if I shoot it long enough in the same spot,
yeah,
I'm making a hole.
Yeah. I don't mean, Evan, I don't mean to put more work on you on that one, but I really do think we need
it's all good, man.
We need it broken down by like, it's going to be company and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think we should have some rules on it. I think honestly there needs to be a couple of rules, and we can brainstorm this as well offline, which is marketing emails ish. I don't know if they probably don't.
No, I'm talking direct. It has to be advertising, marketing.
Yeah, it's the propaganda, the website, the PDFs, all that shit that comes with it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think there needs to be
something that is blatantly and clearly an advert.
Because at that point, you can't blame the salesperson for going rogue. You can't.
Right.
It came out of your fucking mouth. End of discussion.
It's a official company position.
There we go. Yeah, I think that's the big one to me. And screenshot. So screenshot and URL, so that if it suddenly disappears because of what we're doing, then we don't end up there. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. Whether it goes anywhere or not, I don't know. I'll be interested to see what Paul comes back with. You guys have also got some lawyers. I might hit up a couple of other lawyers as well with this and go, hey, are we barking up the wrong tree? Are we out of our gourd? Or is there something that we need to do? How do we do this more effectively? Hitting the FTC is a really interesting angle because it looks like they got gun shy in 2016 or so and just don't want to deal with it.
Well, that or explain it to me.
Yeah.
Tell me what the exception is. That's all. Maybe I'm completely off base here. Maybe it's perfectly acceptable what they're doing. I can't see the logic in it, but okay. But then explain it to me from an official position.
Yeah.
And tell me why that's okay for them to claim that.
I think I want to, as if this ends up getting
sell a door that's breach proof.
Yeah. I want to see, I'm interested in this one because I wonder, we might have to do some curating because again, it's we have to explain it from our side. Like, look, here's the reasons why we're doing this. Here's the reasons we're going after this. Here's the reasons why I think, the FTC has screwed the pooch, basically, or somebody somewhere is not holding us accountable.
Well, and I wonder if anyone's ever even filed a claim. I know I've been, pointed out earlier, that other people have seen this. But I'm going to use the car accident example. So if 100 people see a car accident, no one calls for help. Everyone assumes someone else will be the one.
Yes.
If 2 people see a car accident, someone calls for help.
Calls for help. Yeah, no, you're right. You are right.
So it's possible that nobody's ever even brought it to their table yet and said, hey, because they're not going to investigate shit nobody's complaining about. That much I can assure you. Well, if no one's complaining, they ain't looking for more work. Right. So I just wonder if it's never been brought forth to them yet, because the people that are being affected by this are a niche group. And how many of those are going to speak up? How many CISOs that bought a product that found out later on that it didn't work said to themselves, hey, I was hoodwinked. There's a truth in advertising law. I need to tell the FTC what happened to me. So it may be as simple as no one's ever raised their hand before.
Or again, it's you go to here's I bet what happens. CISO goes to in-house legal counsel.
Mhm.
In-house legal counsel says, we don't want to drag our name through the mud, but let me check with out-house counsel. Outside counsel goes, oh God, you don't want to go anywhere near that because you'll get your name dragged through the mud. Why the hell would you do that? It's going to take time, money, and a couple of $100,000 in effort. And CISO goes, fuck it. Or CISO probably doesn't go fuck it, to be honest. CISO sits and grumbles like anybody, but their hands are tied. I would lay a decent chunk of change that that's probably part of the issue.
Well, guess what? We aren't beholden to.
Yeah, I know.
But
And I am to some degree, but if all hell breaks loose and I don't have to, then you might end up with another consultant. So yay.
works for me, man. You can
That's
come.
crazy.
You can come
No
join
worries.
this anytime.
We got all kinds of fun stuff going on
Thank you.
all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And more fun today. It's always every day is a fun day around here lately.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, man. It's cool. It's cool. Just yeah.
No,
Some people may not call it fun, but I fucking do.
I have fun. I enjoy the shit out of what I get to do.
Yeah, I do too, man. I do too. Both sides of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for secure.
Yeah.
For secure is they had a stretch goal for first quarter. You know, you have your sales goal, and then you have your
Yep.
stretch goal.
Yeah.
They exceeded their stretch goal in Q1, which is rare to start, you know, because we're all A-type personalities. So it's like
Yeah.
we set fucking hard goals. And then so every year we always start behind, you know, and then you got to catch up the whole rest of the year. Well, that's not happening this year. This year I was talking to John this morning and he's like, I don't know how to do it. I mean, I don't know how to, I don't want to, we may have to slow down. I'm like, well, fuck, man, we can't do that. We got to, because we don't want to outsell ourselves, right? We got to deliver.
Right. You need the people as well. That's the biggest thing is getting, it's again, to both of your guys' point, it all comes down to having the right people in the right place.
It's super important.
Yeah, big time.
Well, I mean, we're part of the problem, right? If I sell you some shit that I can't deliver, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the nice thing is we don't do that.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll see how things go. I threw some grenades today in my normal, lovable, careable, cuddling kind of way.
Well, but the thing is, man, is you come at it, you know, from this big heart, man. You're such you really are a beautiful human being. So every time you do that shit, I know it comes from the right place, and I love it because it shakes things up, and we need that. Our industry needs an advocate like that.
The frustration for me was, you know, we spent a couple of weeks talking about how to do the right thing, and Wednesday, because it was after the Wiser one. I went straight on to the SciNet. I went straight on to do the SciNet presentation, and it was the presentation about why the hell did I join SciNet. And you know, to do the live one, there was a bit of a sign up, you know, your name, address, and all that kind of, well, name, whatever it was. And I'm like, I'm not really happy about this, and I made it very clear beforehand. And then today I go on the LinkedIn's, and you know, I'm looking at my notifications, and I scroll down, and one of the notifications is SciNet's put out, hey, you can watch on demand. You know, Chris is giving his message as to why he joined the company. And I'm like, number one, I get called an expert and a leader and all this shit. I'm like, no, I didn't approve this, number one. Number two, what the fuck are you doing? And then when you go to click on the link to watch the fucking video, you still have to sign up. And I'm like, motherfuckers, come on, we've got to do better than this. I get the fact that we want to know who's watching and all that stuff. Totally get it. But do me a favor, do opt in. Watch the damn thing and say, hey, if you want to know more, or you want to see what's going on, or you want to know about the community, we promise you we won't pester the fuck out of you, but do us a favor, give us, at least tell us where we can get hold of you. Give them that opt-in capability. Don't fucking put it behind a register wall. And so I threw a couple of grenades, and they weren't very nice ones. They were nice because I was civilized, but they weren't nice because I'm like, hey, we need to do better than this, because people will hold me accountable. You know, people are going to look at me and go, hey, you're telling us one thing and this shit's going on. Something's wrong there, little buddy. What the fuck? And I will not have that. And so, you know, I made the case. We'll see what happens. But yeah, definitely some frustration. Let's put it that way.
Just give the first 5 minutes of the talk away for free, and then the registration wall.
Oh, I know. You have the whole thing. Seriously, have the whole fucking thing. And if you like it and you want to know more, do us a favor. Just tell us who you are.
Well, and I'll tell you, Chris, it's interesting you touch on that because I ran some stats and I found that one of the greatest ways that people discover Security Studio, if they don't know of us, is through our free content.
Right.
It's the number one way, and we don't reg wall them.
That's
There's no reg wall, no paywall. When we have our resource, and it's good content, by the way, it's actual bona fide enterprise class content.
That's the reason I love Gabrielle. I mean, I love him, but he drives me nuts at times as well. But I fucking love him because for that exact same reason, he's like, look, I'm going to keep some of the content for folks that actually pay for it. You got it. You got to put food on the table for everybody.
Yeah, of course.
But he puts so much stuff out there. I mean, we put a shit ton load of stuff out there in there. I get a retainer for actually doing the work. I get a retainer. Hillbilly Hitswell gets the retainer now for doing the work. And so I love him for that because he's like, same as you guys. Here's a bunch of stuff. If you want to know more and you want to come hang out with us, come hang out with us. Give us some info. We got you covered.
Right.
And so I think they knew what they were getting into with me. Let's be perfectly honest. There was no buns about that one. I think they realize and they understand it, but it's frustration. It's frustrating when the very first thing that I'm doing officially, talking about why I'm doing it, is now hidden behind something that shouldn't be there in the fucking first place. So that was my we started off on the wrong foot, guys. Things have got to change very, very quickly.
No, it's legit. It's legit. Yeah. I mean, it's not like they didn't know, right? I mean, you've been consistent from day one.
Well, what I think they maybe didn't grasp was you can't be inconsistent with your brand. You can't be inauthentic with your brand. That doesn't suit they're not getting the full value of what they've purchased if they make it inauthentic.
Right. Especially, I'm fortunate. There are a lot of people. Somebody asked me the other day, we were talking about CISOs, and they're like, well, how many do you know? And I did, I went through my connections and, looked for CISOs. There's several thousand, and that scared the crap out of me. And I'm like, because I mean, it's, whatever, I've got 20, 30, 40,000 or something like that. And it's like, okay, I'm not going to fuck them up. I'm not going to get it wrong. That's part of the reason I put what platform are we going to use? Because you can't keep everybody happy all the time. We choose Discord, and the people that want Slack to be wrong, whatever. We're going to choose something. To be honest, I love the BBS idea because that's neither Slack nor Discord nor anything else. And almost everybody would be like, oh, fuck yes.
The throwback.
The win-win kind of part of it, as long as we can make it work effectively, efficiently, and all those other things. I don't want to screw people over. I mean, people give me time. They give me ear. They give me the least I can do is be respectful to them, for crying out loud. So that's how.
Percent, man. I mean, that's my number one motivation in all of this is I hate seeing people get taken advantage of. I hate it. I mean, nothing pisses me off more. Nothing motivates me more. It's almost like this righteous anger. Like, stop fucking taking advantage of people. Stop your false advertising. Stop, pointing fingers at other people and not taking accountability for the shit that's yours. I mean, it's not that fucking difficult. No. If everybody did their part, it's not that fucking hard.
It's to me, it's to your point, it's the respectful thing. It's like, look, we all got to put food on the table. No two ways about it. We've got to do it, and it's doing it with respect. It's not coming up to Ryan and going, hey, this new product that I know you need because I saw your competitors just get their ass handed to them last week and they're in the public news. So I know that you're thinking about this, and I can protect you completely. And it installs in 10 minutes, and I got you covered. Yeah, it'll be perfect on this one. What the fuck? Rather than walking up and going, hey, you're busy as shit. You're running around like a headless chicken. Can we have a conversation for a couple of minutes? Whenever you're up for it, whenever you get a chance for it, can we just have a conversation for a couple of minutes? I think I have something that might be able to help. We've developed some pretty cool shit that actually gives you an extra set of eyes, kind of gives you an extra pair of hands whenever you heck and ease it, really simplifies the fuck out of what you probably already have. And when all hell breaks loose, we kind of got your back as well. Got a chance to have a conversation. I'll buy you a cup of coffee, virtual or physical at the same time. Such a different approach, but exactly the same goal, which is just to have a conversation. I don't know. It ain't that fucking hard.
It's not, man. But I think it's also addicting. Once you do start taking advantage of people, it's hard to change your ways.
You make more money, at least up front.
Yeah, but at the expense of your soul.
100% with you. 100% with you. But let's face it, how many people out there are of the he or she who has the most toys wins mentality? I mean, and not just that.
And every time I've met somebody who has that mentality, once they get to a certain age, they realize they have wasted and squandered their life. Yeah. That all the things that really had value are no longer in their life because they couldn't take their eyes off of the shiny freaking object long enough to experience love, compassion, care. The old adage, no one on their deathbed says they wish they worked more.
No, you're right. You actually have a hugely good point on that one.
But you will just keep being little shiny bright lights and lighting up a path. And we'll keep mentoring people, and we'll set a tone and a standard for what it really means to be a professional in this industry. Because in the mentorship program, you don't just learn about the CISSP. The personalities that teach it, they're going to rub off on you. You don't get a choice, right? So, I think that's how we do this. I think it's continuing these conversations, doing the shit show, growing the audience, growing the message of, you can make good money, respectable money.
Yeah.
You can care for others while doing that. You can put more into this world than you take out of it. And you can show your fellow human compassion and care and love, all without costing you a damn thing.
Yeah.
That's my closer.
Yeah. And even beyond that, man, it's more than not costing you anything. I get more in return than I've ever given. And that also gets addicting, by the way. You know what I mean? You get on this, it's like, fuck, I want more of this. I want more like other people's success,
I'll second that 100%. The messages that come in that go, hey, can you give a talk in fucking Senegal or somewhere like that? I giggle, and I don't giggle because of like, oh wow, I'm prestigious. I giggle because I get to have some fucking fun with people who are not me. I get to hang out. I get to warp young minds. It's all that shit. You get to show people a different view of an industry. They think they have a preconceived notion. I mean, the fingernails. I've had so much fun with these. So I had to get them redone this weekend because Morgan and I did the father-daughter date thing, and they were all chipped to all house. So I went back in, I got gel coats. So now my gel coats have been on since Sunday, so I'm all now happy. But this has been so much fun. I mean, I always use my hands anyway, but it's been fun watching people, because there are some people that you can tell their eyes and they don't want to say anything, but there are other people that are like, oh, hell yes. Yeah, you get to show people the humanity behind all of this.
Yeah, and that's what people can relate to, and that's what changes lives, man.
Yeah, big time. All right, you guys.
Good show, guys.
Past the witching hour. Yeah, you're well past the witching hour this evening. This has been good. Thank you.
It's always good, man. Thank you.
Oh, hey,
Ryan,
just so you guys are aware, somebody asked about the CISP class sign up.
It's on the FR Secure website. Just if you Google CISSP mentorship program, you will find it.
Yeah, and if you don't, get in touch with one of us. And everybody's welcome. That's the thing too. There's this misconception, well, I'm not studying for my CSSP, or I don't have enough experience, or it's going to be over my head. Yeah, so what? Come
and
right?
Come and listen.
The problem, technology has gone so much faster than our ability to secure it. These are life skill things, right? We're not going deep into anything. You're not going to become an expert. You're not going to become a pen tester. You're not going to be able to configure networks. What you will understand is the basics of information security across a wide spectrum. And fuck, everybody needs to know that shit. I don't care if you're in this industry or not. So everybody come, learn some shit, make yourself smart.
Everybody can come.
Except for that one guy. If I see that one guy fucking in there, I'm sending his ass home.
Yeah, but then how am I supposed to teach the class?
Oh, dude. No. Real quick. You know what I did? I stopped in the office today. I walked into somebody else's office. I'm not going to say their name. And we started having a talk and whatever. And then I left, went to my office, picked something up, and I came back in. I said, seriously, don't forget. And then and they're like, forget what? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And then I left. They're so used to that shit.
Yep.
There I go. Yeah, there's Evan again. April Fool's Day.
I love April Fool's Day. Hey, you guys got it's Easter this weekend, isn't it? Or something crazy.
It is. Ham and cheese sliders at the Cloutier house.
No. So you guys doing anything or just hanging out, relaxing, taking some downtime?
In-laws coming in, parents coming in, my kid might come over. So yeah, it'll be nice. It's been a while since all of us have seen each other and all that, so that should be pretty good. And
good. That's awesome. Evan, what are you up to, Mr. Evan?
My wife is leaving tomorrow for Seattle to go see our grandkids. We have 3 grandkids out there, and so she'll be flying there, flying back on Sunday, and so I'm making Sunday or Easter dinner by myself. So I don't think I'll burn the house down. There'll be plenty of bacon to go with it.
Bacon's good. Bacon and bacon and bacon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think it'll be just me, my wife, and my 16-year-old daughter.
Nice. Just kick back. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it'll be fun, man. Well, I love you guys, man. You guys are awesome. You make me a better human being. So thanks for
right back at you.
Time with me.
Yeah. Echo what he said.
Right. All right. Well, take care of yourselves. I love you.
Yes. Love you guys.
Yeah, everybody take care. Everybody online.
See everyone. Thanks for being here. Good night.